The most beautiful thing I've ever seen is not this, or this. It was a super hot, equally sweaty day in Egypt. I was the coordinator of the Congo camp, and we took 20 refugee kids from the Congo to the zoo. The Egyptians found it more fascinating to stare at 20 little black kids and one really tall, sweaty white woman than the elephants. Then the zoo feeling continued. We had lunch in a park. My mom sponsored it. We had cold falafel sandwiches and little juice box. And there wasn't much to do. You had to pay to get into this park, so we were all alone on a summer's day. I was with Princess and 19 others. Bored a little bit, hot a little bit, still hungry. I looked at the gardener, and the gardener connected with me for a second. With a mischievous look and a smile, he turned the sprinkler on. The kids jumped, squealed, flipped through the cold, not so cold, kind of warmish, sewagey water, and squealed with delight. I grabbed Princess. She was only 2. We couldn't speak the same language. And we jumped and twirled and water up our noses, and we looked at each other. And then reality hit. I looked over at the gate. There were about 35 men staring at us through the gate. Remember, you had to pay to come in. We again, tall woman in a sprinkler with 20 little children, black, were the freak show. And I looked away and just lived in the moment with Princess. Because Princess didn't know what it meant that those guys were staring at her. They didn't know why the kids in the zoo thought she was more interesting than an elephant. She didn't know what her future held for her as a refugee bastard. I don't know if you can still say that word, but she didn't have a father, and her mother wasn't able to give her much of a future. But Princess deserved to be there. Princess knew her place in life. She was named Princess. She wasn't named Jessica. That girl looked at me. She smiled, and she dared me to go jump again. And we jumped and jumped no matter what they thought about us or what our futures held. Our futures held the subway at the end of the long day. And I entered into the subway with 5 children and Princess in my arms. And I was tired, and she was more tired. And no one gave us a seat. I always thought that a woman holding a baby would be given a seat. I guess my worldviews were a little bit off. Not for that Princess. When I think of beauty, I think of Princess's fierce eyes, that she deserved to be called Princess, and that unapologetic look that she gave me when I had to hold her, when I was tired, when we had to jump, when she wanted something. Beautiful Princess.